Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'll discuss poetic devices. They are also known as figure of speech or literary devices. Their kinds and how to identify them. If you are confused about them, you want to learn the easy tips and tricks, so watch this video till the end. This is Rekha Sharma. Let's start the video. You must have read about simile and metaphor. Are they confusing? If they are confusing, let me clear your confusion. Simile shows comparison between two things of different kinds. But there is a common quality between the two. And we use the words like, as or so. जब हम सिमली यूज़ करते हैं तो सिमली को पहचानने के लिए हम कुछ वर्ड्स का यूज़ करते हैं, वो है लाइक, एज और सो. इससे हमें आइडेंटिफिकेशन में आसानी होती है. और सिमली दो चीज़ों में कंपैरिजन दिखाता है और देयर इज़ ए कॉमन क्वालिटी बिटवीन द टू. He lifted his head from his drinking as cattle do. So how to identify simile? As cattle do, because as word is used. And the comparison is between cattle and snake. He refers to the snake. So what is the common quality between the two? The snake lifted his head from his drinking just like cattle. So both do the same thing. So here we have simile. Here we have simile. Second example, wan pale as a late winter's moon. Now, where is simile? As a late winter's moon. So what is the comparison? Pale, worn, tired, weak face of mother. The poet's mother has been compared with the pale moonlight in the late winter season. So this is the comparison and this is simile. I hope simile is clear. Metaphor. Metaphor also shows comparison, but what is the difference between simile and metaphor? Metaphor shows indirect comparison and simile shows direct comparison by using the words like, as or so. But in metaphor, we don't use like, as or so. That's why it shows indirect comparison. It refers to a particular quality of the two. For example, all the words are stage. What is the comparison? The world is compared to a stage. ये विश्व एक रंगमंच है. यहाँ पर लोग आते हैं, अपना डिफरेंट रोल करते हैं और फिर इस दुनिया से चले जाते हैं. So we have not used here like, as or so, but comparison is made. So this is metaphor. You are Mozart in disguise. Mozart, a great classical musician. And who is compared with him? Frog. You refers to frog. So again comparison is made, but like, as or so words are not used, and so it is metaphor here. Personification. When non-living things are regarded as living things, we add life and intelligence to non-living things and abstract ideas. जब नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स को हम लिविंग थिंग्स मानते हैं एंड वी एड ह्यूमन क्वालिटीज टू देम, देन वी यूज personification. I am not cruel but truthful. Cruel, truthful, they are human qualities and they are added to mirror. I refers to the mirror. तो मिरर इनएनिमेट थिंग है, नॉन लिविंग थिंग है, लेकिन इसको लिविंग थिंग माना गया है, एज ए पर्सन माना गया है. दैट्स वाई मिरर सेज आई एम नॉट क्रूअल, आई एम ट्रूथफुल, बिकॉज इट शोज द ट्रू इमेज, एग्जैक्ट इमेज ऑफ द पर्सन. Apostrophe. Apostrophe are direct address. When we address somebody directly, we address dead person, we can address absent person, we can also address personified idea, emotion or object. For example, well, Mr. Terror, what do you think you can do to me? So who is addressed here? Mr. Terror. Terror is emotion, personified emotion. Okay, so here we have used apostrophe. Balls will be lost away, little boy. Now the poet is referring to the boy. He is addressing the little boy, but the boy is not present there. So again we have used here apostrophe. Hyperbole. When we exaggerate things, जब हम किसी चीज़ को बढ़ा चढ़ा के बताते हैं तो हम hyperbole यूज़ करते हैं. If the river were dry, I am able to fill it with tears. Is it possible? If there is no water in river, can you fill it with tears? अपने आंसुओं से क्या आप रिवर को भर सकते हो? नो. सो एक्सेजरेशन और हाइपरबोल इज यूज्ड. माय नेम इज अजमेंडस, किंग ऑफ किंग्स. So Asmodeus was an arrogant king. He believed he was overconfident. He thought that he was the most powerful king. So here he is exaggerating himself. Hyperbole is used. Oxymoron. जब दो शब्द यूज होते हैं बट दे हैव डिफरेंट मीनिंग्स, अपोजिट मीनिंग्स, तब हम ऑक्सीमोरन यूज करते हैं. ओपन सीक्रेट, डेफनिंग साइलेंस, लिविंग डेड, bitter sweet, clearly confused. So both two words we have used here, the pair of words used here, but they are totally opposite or different meaning. They are giving totally opposite meaning. For example, he stalks in his vivid stripes in his quiet rage. Quiet rage, again two opposite meaning. It means the tiger is in the cage and he is very angry and he is suppressing his anger. Quiet rage means he is suppressing his anger. वो अपने गुस्से को दबा रहा है, बहुत गुस्से में है, because he is put in the cage. So quiet rage, suppressed anger, we can say that. And here two opposite meanings, so oxymoron is used. Paradox. What is paradox? A statement which seems to be contradictory, but on reflection it is meaningful. It makes sense. That is the difference between paradox and oxymoron. पैराडॉक्स में क्या है कि एक सेंटेंस है, एक स्टेटमेंट है, कुछ कहा गया है, वो देखने में तो कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी लग रहा है कि अपोजिट लग रहा है, लेकिन व्हेन वी रिफ्लेक्ट ऑन इट, जब हम उसको अच्छे से समझने की कोशिश करते हैं तो वो मीनिंगफुल भी होता है. जैसे कावर्ड डाइज मैनी टाइम्स बिफोर देयर डेथ बट वैलियंट डाइज ओनली वंस. कावर्ड और वैलियंट, they are different, they seem to be contradictory, they are opposite to each other. Coward मतलब कायर, violent मतलब बहादुर, brave person. Coward dies many times before their death because डर से वो जीते हैं और डर में रोज ही उन एक तरीके से डेथ को फेस करते हैं. बट जो बहादुर लोग होते हैं वो एक ही बार जाते हैं, एक ही बार उनकी डेथ होती है. दे आर नॉट स्केयर्ड ऑफ एनीथिंग. सो दिस इज पैराडॉक्स. Antithesis, opposite words or emotions used in the same sentence to show emphasis. Opposite words, they are used in the same sentence. See, every night from dusk to dawn, dusk, dawn. Dusk means sunset or dawn means sunrise. So opposite words are used in one sentence, in the same sentence. So here, antithesis. The voice of thunder declared my arrival. The rainbow announces my departure. So arrival or departure. When there is thunder in the sky, then it means it is about to rain. And when there is rainbow in the sky, it means the rain is going to end. Irony. The real meaning of the statement is exactly the opposite of what is actually said. Irony, जो आप बोलना चाह रहे हैं या जो आप बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन मीनिंग उसका जस्ट अपोजिट आ रहा है. देन देर इज आयरनी. जैसे हम कहते हैं ना, भाग्य की विडंबना ये है, आयरनी ऑफ लाइफ इज दिस, कि हमने सोचा क्या था और हो क्या गया. सो दैट इज द आयरनी ऑफ लाइफ. नथिंग बिसाइड रिमेन्स राउंड द डिके, द लोन एंड लेवल सैंड स्ट्रेच फार अवे. राउंड द डिके, राउंड द ब्रोकन स्टैच्यू. सो Asmodeus, who believed that he would remain immortal, he was the most powerful king, he had lots of power and pelf, but what happened? Time destroyed everything. Nothing is permanent in life. So this is the irony of life. We should not be arrogant. We should not be, what we can say that, we should not believe that we will never die. Our power will never be destroyed. So this is the irony of life. Synecdoche. A part is made to represent the whole. When a word explains the whole meaning, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. This is this part and this part. The hand refers to the sculptor, the heart refers to the king, and the sculptor was so skilled that he could produce the same emotions on the face of the statue, the emotions which the king had, the king's emotion. Okay, so here we have this poetic device. Has given my heart a change of mood. Next example, dust of snow changed the mood of the poet, not only his heart but the whole inner self. Okay. Onomatopoeia, sound words, the words which represent sound. Chatter, trebles, bubble, babble. These are sound words. When the brook flows, it creates different kinds of sounds. So these sounds are used here, and that is onomatopoeia. Refrain, a phrase or a line repeated at regular intervals in different stanzas. When a phrase or a line which is repeated at regular intervals in the डिफरेंट स्टेंजेस ऑफ द पोएम, जब पोएम में कोई पर्टिकुलर लाइन पर्टिकुलर फ्रेज बार बार रिपीट हो रही है डिफरेंट स्टेंजेस में, तो वो उसको रेफ्रेन कहा जाता है. मैन मे गो, मैन मे कम, बट आई गो ऑन फॉर एवर. These lines have been repeated in the poem at regular intervals. Miles to go before I sleep. Again, these lines have been repeated in the poem. So, this is refrain. Imagery, something which creates a picture in your mind. You feel that the picture is going on. Merry children were spilling out of their homes. After reading this line, you feel that how children come out of their houses when they are excited, when they are happy. Etna smoking and burning balls of earth. Etna is a volcano. When it erupts, see, the picture comes to our mind. So this is imagery. Transferred epithet. An adjective is used with a noun and refers to another noun. For example, strange scented shade. This is an example. Strange scented adjective and shade noun, but it is not referring to shade, it is referring to the tree which has a scent. Okay. Again, another noun. A sweet unnoted young boy sitting at the back of dim class. Dim class means not the dim classroom, not the room. Dim class means the class was dull, the students were not active. Only one boy, sweet, unnoted young boy, he looked very active. Allusion, a passing reference to a historical event or play. When we use that reference in the poem. A mermaid drifting blissfully. Mermaid, Jalpari. So this is a famous imaginary character that is used in the poem. So this reference has been made. So this is allusion. I thought of the albatross. I wish he would come back, my snake. So albatross, this reference has been taken from Rime of Ancient Mariner. So the poet also wants that the snake should come back, just like in the poem Rime of the Ancient Mariner, the poet wanted, the sailor wanted, the ancient mariner wanted the albatross to come back. Alliteration, repetition of consonant sound at the beginning of the word. Stop S, slouching S, sit S, straight S. So S letter is repeated here, consonant sound is repeated here, so it is alliteration. In Hindi we call it Anupras Alankar. No one buys a ball bag. Again B, B, B. So B consonant sound is repeated. This is alliteration. Enjambment, when the same thought continues to two or more lines without any pause. The way a crow shook on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. So the same thought is continuing to 3 lines and no punctuation mark, no pause in between. So this is called enjambment. Anaphora, the repetition of words at the start of 2 or more lines. When in the beginning of the line you find the same words repeated in 2 lines, then it is called anaphora. Don't bite, don't hunch. Did you finish? Did you tidy? So in 2 lines these words are, in 4 lines these words are repeated. So this is called anaphora. Don't is repeated, don't. Did you, this is repeated. What is the boy now? What is he to do? So what is again repeated in the beginning of the line. So this is known as anaphora. Assonance, prominent vowel sound. I hold with those who favor fire. O, 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 O. So vowel sound O is prominent here. In his vivid stripes, I. So here I vowel sound is prominent. Consonants, repetition of consonant sound. Two roads diverging in a yellow wood. D, D. So here D consonant sound is used here. Roads. Symbolism. It represents something beyond the literal meaning. जो literal meaning है उसके अलावा deep meaning बताता है symbolism. Dotted silver threads. It means we are talking about silver color rain droplets. So here dotted silver threads, they are symbolizing silver color raindrops. Raindrops का color silver लगता है, उसको ये refer कर रहा है, symbolize कर रहा है. Fire symbolizes desire and ice symbolizes hatred in the poem Fire and Ice. Now test your knowledge. Sorry. Then took the other road as just as fair. Now tell me, which poetic device is used here? Simile or metaphor? Some say the word will end in fire, some say the word will end in ice. Again, some say, what does it express? Shook down on me, assonance or consonance? Thank you for watching the video.